Okay, I am going to be playing some Ashalt Hate. I am not going to be playing Raid Shadow Legend because I don't know what happened to that game. I cannot download the Plarium Play for whatever reason. So I'm only going to be playing Ashalt Hate until I figure out what's going on with Raid Shadow Legend. Okay, let's go. There's only 5 people. Maybe I should move to the classic team. Not a lot of people. Second place. Okay, I'll finish second first. Out of 5. If there's not a lot of people, I'll move to the classic season. Because I play against real online players. I'm not playing against computers. Only 4 of us. I'll just do classic season after this one. Actually, now that I'm stupid. Actually, now that there's not a lot of people doing it. I'm gonna just try the classic season. Okay, I'll try the classic season. I'll just try the classic season. Let's see.
An object in motion. Well, virtually any motion at all is better than doing nothing, because then the fundamental nature of the object in motion is to remain in motion is to remain in motion is to remain.
Just watching, trying to do it. At least This is a classic scene. This is easier than the last one. Oh shit. I'm gonna try this again. Okay, I'll try this again.
Thanks for having us. If we're filming this, that's big deal. Melissa, it's fun to have you on the show for something particular because Candace almost often says things like, I'm actually sad because Candace, while she obviously doesn't care much for old Jared, she's never once actually like implied that I'm a part of the plot to kill Charlie Kirk. But you've gotten implicated.
Yeah, I think I got past. I have to go look up exactly what the phrasing was, but in one of her early rants about me, I think sometime last year, it was when everyone who was on her radar was getting some sort of like they're in on it or this and that or whatever. I got a passive implication. So yes, I'm out of the shadows. I generally prefer the shadows. Even Joel was shocked to see me with like makeup and my hair done today. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But yeah, I was gonna make a joke that I just forgot to put guests on the show. But what's funny is I actually very intentionally wanted to do this episode with this team because of everything that we're doing here and different.
These guys like to knock people down. I don't know. what the heck is going on. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time the classic season. And then I'll move back to the master season.
Sets a box of cookies on the table, and I just thought, oh, thank God.
What's extra funny is I think it registered with Jeremy quicker, and then we were talking, and then there was me, and John goes, "Wait, so are you actually saying yes? Is this actually happening right now?" And I just watched something else off of him. So that was
It was something that we wrestled with all the time at Daily Wire, which was, and you know, listen, I think we had a lot of conversations about this where there's always a temptation to maybe go do something else. And so my name is Jeremiah. My diagnostic score was a 147. I had finishing with 166. My goal was to have 160. Well, some people see hypertrophy from something. I guess it's kind of like responding to actual retardation from people who have been hit in the head a lot of times and think that gravity is a and that the rotation of the Earth is alive. This is where we are now. So I just want to say for the record, I kind of like the UFC. The UFC is never getting us out.
We all flash. Like only two of us, the rest are just left. Or whatever. Whatever. And one more that's a music over you for me. And I'm fine. It's on the second. Okay, I won. I won the multiplayer match in the classic season. The rest are just left during the game. Okay. Okay, let's see the master season.
Again, wrestler Bruce Hawking, Rambo, Judy Williams, White House, George Washington was regarded as a champion wrestler, Stephen Continental. With that said, there are a lot of idiots in this particular space. Controversy with this UFC fight at the White House. Now again, this is fighting games for the White House to put up a UFC fight for America 250. A lot of people freaked out about it. I was aesthetic level. Oh no, it's just terrible. Why did the Taylor Roosevelt literally erected a boxing ring in the White House and make himself box too? That's what Teddy Roosevelt was. But now there are some side controversies, not just over whether the UFC should be fighting the White House alone, but over this to attempt. So there's a fighter named Ashalt. Strickland is he's hit the head many times. Maybe he went down from the back and he's able to do it. Well, he claims that he was barred from the White House event because he wasn't Israeli. Well, it really isn't that. It's the fact. I assume he says crazy things all the time, and it wasn't as though he was barred. They just didn't invite him, and the reason they didn't invite him, is because he's kind of a crappy person. In any case,
Okay. Let's try to see if I can finish first place in the master season. I'll try to see if I can finish first place. I thought I was going to get something. Maybe I should try to do that one more time.
She just discovered that on Vinted, she can instantly earn extra cash. She has to do.
that he was barred from the White House event because he wasn't Israeli enough. Well, it really isn't that. It's the fact, I assume, that he says crazy things all the time, and it wasn't as though he was barred. They just didn't invite him. And the reason they didn't invite him, as Dana White explained, is because he's kind of a crappy person. In any case, Strickland tweeted just last night, quote, "Let me ask you guys, 8,000 lives lost, $3 trillion for Zionism." What the hell he's talking about? Tell me, what did those lives of treasure buy us? Was it worth it? Are we getting free will? We need to call this a compromised government. So, not drop conspiracy theorists who undoubtedly will end up on Tucker Carlson's show in the next few weeks. In any case, Kerry was claiming that the UFC told him not to show up. Yes. I'm not surprised when I got the call. I got the call. UFC, I got the call. It's a show. I apologize for that. You're not Israeli enough to go to UFC. White House to clear you. And I'm not really surprised, though. I'm not really surprised. So,
There's not a lot of people.
I just apologize.
It's not even worth it.
Like I said, sorry. I'd like to apologize to Trump. I just want to prove that I'm
Okay, come on, 6.
guys.
5.
low IQ amongst those. Dana White said, no. It wasn't that he was not. Man just wasn't invited. It was Dana White, head of the USC.
And he made it very clear that he didn't want to be part of this event. And now apparently nobody's banned.
Okay, so now there's a lot of people good. This is what I'm talking about, having a lot of people. And now let's see if I can finish first in this big race.
She was telling me that the White House, there's 1,000 media members at the White House. So, 1,000 people are like, no, you can't have 1,000, on the White House media members just show up at this thing. There's only 4,300 tickets that actually seems literally nobody has been banned from this event.
It's one signal to first. If you're still making payments every month, you're getting
Oh my gosh, check with these guys.
PDSnet.com/Shapiro. That's PDSnet.com/Shapiro. Once more, PDSnet.com/Shapiro. Check it out today. It started on 15.
Okay, let's go.
Part of the conspiracy theorist idea is that somehow what Benjamin Netanyahu called Donald Trump and then banned Sean Strickland. That is the idea here. Or maybe you've just been hit in the head one too many times. Speaking of people who've been hit in the head one too many times. There's another UFC fighter named Bryce Mitchell, who apparently has some sort of obsession with me and my show. He's mentioned me many times on various podcasts. I have to admit, I'm not paying a lot of attention to him because, number one, I don't really watch UFC, and number two, I really don't take seriously the opinions of people who believe, for example, that the Earth is flat and does not rotate. This rotation is a lie from the devil, and that Hitler was a good guy based on zero research. It seems like a real researcher. This guy's a Princeton level researcher.
Yeah, you said you don't pay attention to them, yet you're talking about them. Okay.
That gravity is a hoax. It's a hoax. He's stuck to
Just watching Ben Shapiro.
Earth by force of magnetism. Magnets, how do they work? And seatbelts, he says, are unconstitutional overreach of government power. That last one is arguable. The rest of them, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Because this is not a particularly high IQ person. But here he was on a podcast with the Hodge twins. And I have to say, when you're the dumbest person on a podcast with the Hodge twins, that says something about you. Truly. This is, the last time there was this much retardation in the room was like 2 days ago, and Megyn Kelly and Buckley Carlson were doing an interview. But this is top secret, man. So here's Bryce Mitchell, who apparently also can't actually get through the interview without taking off his shirt. Sort of like the Bonnie Blue of male podcast sphere. Here he was saying some weird things. I tell you right now, if you mess with Candace Owens, I promise you, if you lay one more greasy finger on Candace Owens, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna roll them on you, shirts off. I'm gonna have the twins with me. They're gonna beat your ass because you mess with Candace Owens. They're gonna be looking, shirts off, me in the middle, we're gonna look like a 6 foot tall boy. You know, coming at you, buddy. We're gonna stomp you to the ground. Don't you mess with Candy. Ready? Ready right now. I don't like Ben Shapiro. I say, you guys bring him on the show. Because he wants Christian people in this country that he already steals their tax dollars off of. He's part of this corrupt program. He's a piece of shit, just like the rest of them. He wants us to go die. Darn Muslim kids for his Jewish people, because he's too scared to do it. How come Ben Shapiro, since he's all about this war, how come he don't sign up for the army? A few things. One, you have to take off your shirt to say that. It's weird. It's strange. Again, Bonnie Blue of political commentary, Bryce Mitchell. Also,
Okay, so let's go. I mean, it's 11 people. I have 11 opponents. So let's go. 10 opponents is good.
but don't lay a finger on Candace Owens. What? I mean, what now? You could not pay me enough money to lay a finger on Candace Owens. There is no amount of money in the world. She's one of the worst people on earth. Are you out of your what? And then, of course, the idea that I want him to, he's not the military, but I'm not asking him to do anything. Actually, more than I am a taxpayer, and I promise you I pay a lot of taxes in this country. More than Bryce Mitchell's thing, I pay in this country. Retardation. I guess this is what we do. And he also suggested evil empires don't last forever. Here we go.
Did you see that Sean Strickland got banned from the White House for talking about Israel? No, not surprising. Freedom of speech is what makes this country great. When you can't criticize a foreign nation, we have to be able to criticize our own nation, let alone a foreign nation. In fact, that's the only nation you're not allowed to criticize. Something's going to change because evil empires don't last forever. There's always going to be.
Well, I mean, it wasn't just
stuff about it. Again, this game is the dumbest game in the world. It's the dumbest game in the world. They say things that are overtly against, like overtly anti-Jewish. And then the minute they're questioned, say, no, I was just talking about Israel. Direct quote. From Sean Strickland. Being here, I'm starting to understand why Jewish people are hated so much. You might see me come back here with a weird mustache. That's a reference to Adolf Hitler. Hey, come on. About getting agitated with people who undoubtedly suffer from CTE is I feel it's a waste of resources. Things are going well here in the United States.
Okay, let's go. Let's see. I'll try this.
Since 23 years old, this is contests every year. It doesn't matter. Crazy that he got him to come on here, but okay. What you say?
The next question is Ben Shapiro and his wife are expecting a baby any day now. Although you're not posting it the way you once were, you mentioned that you don't understand when big events take place. What sense is
Okay, I think this is gonna be the last one. This could be the last one. Okay, I think I'll just do it. This was a
That's more personal than I expected. You know, Ben and I were very, very close for 15 years. You know, we spoke, it's probably fair to say that we spoke every single day for 14 of those 15 years, and we spoke 5 times a week for the remaining creation of that very special period of time. But I don't think it's close to say that I was a very important part of that very special period of time in Ben's career and in building, sort of building and cultivating
Scrap. Please do not follow. Good. Whatever. I thought I could finish that. Okay, so I think. Okay. Okay, it's loading.
What been built and cultivated during that period of time. They'll go on to make
Okay. Let me stop it. Okay. I'll just stop it here.